Every day, the National Weather Service Quad Cities launches 2 weather balloons to help gather data. And when storms roll in, they'll often launch extra balloons up. That includes sending some for hurricanes. But how does our information help when we're so far away? And did we send any up for Milton or Helene? For those answers, we sat down with one of our local warning coordination meteorologists.
We're joined now by Rich Kinney from the National Weather Service Quad Cities. Thank you so much for being here. I wanted to start with what weather balloons are. I mean, what do they track and why do we send them up in the air?
We send up an instrument package called a radio sonde. We launch that, fill a balloon up with hydrogen, attach a string to it and a parachute, and that instrument package travels up in the atmosphere about 100,000 feet, taking weather measurements and sending that information back down to our computer systems here in the Quad Cities. Typically, we do 2 of these upper air balloon launches a day, and that's true for most sites. This time of year at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m.
And we know that when we're getting severe weather around our area, like tornadoes, you do send up more balloons than the 2 a day typically. But it's interesting that you've also sent up balloons to help out with data for hurricanes. Being 1,000 plus miles away, how does a balloon that you send up here help out with that?
Sure. Well, a lot of that, and you're right. Certainly, other offices not directly impacted by the hurricane often do special releases, say every 6 hours rather than every 12 hours. A lot of that is dependent on the track. When the path is more up through the Mississippi Valley and the remnants of that tropical system may impact the area, then there is some value to getting extra data and more frequent data into the computer model. So that's why on occasion we will do the upper air launches every 6 hours instead of every 12.
When the National Weather Service Quad Cities helped out with Ian, if you send up a balloon in the Quad Cities, that can read data coming off of the hurricane?
Well, not exactly, but it's getting a portion of the atmosphere, and all the other upper air sites are getting their sector of the atmosphere, and all of that data collectively helps improve the accuracy of the computer model output. And the goal is more frequent data, more data into the models, which leads to better decision making and hopefully less loss of life.
Okay, that makes sense. So then all of that being said, did you send up balloons for hurricanes Helene and Milton? And if not, why not?
Sure. Well, we were not called into action for those extra releases for Helene or Milton, and that's primarily the path impacting the far southeast portion of the country with Helene, and then with Milton taking that eastward path over the peninsula. Many of the sites there on the Gulf Coast, those upper air sites are doing extra launches. They're a little bit closer to that hurricane environment. So with that particular path, our data wasn't deemed as necessary. A different path, more up, let's say the Mississippi Valley, we would likely be called into service.
Well, Rich, I know you guys are busy over there. I appreciate your time and letting us in on this. I think this is fascinating.
Sure, absolutely.
The National Weather Service did send up extra balloons to help with Hurricane Ian 2 years ago. According to NASA, hurricanes can release as much energy as 10,000 nuclear bombs.